Ladies and gentlemen, frosty friends, welcome to Frostpunk. My name, of course, is Open Potato. This is the brand new DLC, the On the Edge DLC, to be specific, which takes place after the sort of main story campaign of Frostpunk. Now, I sort of held off on playing Frostpunk for a long time, mostly just because I never got round to it. However, I relatively recently picked it up and played it on stream, twitch.tv/OpenPotato, if indeed you're interested. And honestly, it is one of the best done strategy management sort of story games. The story behind it is absolutely fantastic, and the reason that I'm mentioning this is that this DLC takes place after the conclusion of the main story, which basically has you survive a big old storm. So, a couple of things to point out with regards to this DLC, with regards to our specific situation right now, before we get started. We are playing as an outpost, right? Which means in the real game, in the real campaign, you play as New London. New London's got its own little sort of like generator thing, and yeah, as you can see over there, it's got its own little generator thing. We have no such generator on this occasion. We are an outpost of New London, so we are going to be sending our resources back to the capital city, and that is going to consume some of our resources. But we're going to be making a name for ourselves in this frozen tundra wasteland. Anyway, yeah, so an appraisal of the situation and a little bit of tutorialization, as I do indeed tend to do in the first episode of any given series. What do we need to do? Where do we need to do it? Well, first of all, one thing that we need to consider very strongly is the temperature. So what you will probably see me do is toggling between the temperature overlay fairly regularly, actually. As you can see, everything is reasonably chilly at the moment. There's different risks of people falling ill regarding, or depending on the temperature, should I say. So if people are comfortable, they're not going to be able to fall ill. If it's livably warm, then people have a low risk of falling ill. If it's chilly, as it is now, there is a low risk of people falling ill. Cold, etc. just gets worse. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to cure this homelessness blight that is going around, and that is because we do not have any buildings here, with the exception of like a stockpile. Yes, stockpile, which has got a couple of resources, as you can see up at the top of the screen here. We've got coal, we've got wood, we've got steel, we've got steam cores. Crazily enough, coal is probably the most important resource that we need in order to stay warm. We've got a beacon over here, which is something to consider. We've got some wood ruins, which we are presumably going to be able to harvest if we allocate some workers over there. We've got some steel ruins as well. We're playing on rather a constrained map here, so that's something to consider. We've got a steel wreckage over here, and we've got an army warehouse as well, which is cool. Preserving the imperial domain of the world after the apocalypse, perhaps. Okay, so it's a huge underground warehouse, which we're going to try and clear the road to. Yeah, cool. All right, we will probably have to beware, because the temperature is going to shift up and down, and when the temperature shifts up and down, crazy stuff happens. If you're interested, actually, in seeing a let's play of the main campaign of Frostpunk, which I've already said is absolutely fantastic, I'd be more than willing. Do let me know in the comments down below. Let's unpause, and let's see if we can start accumulating some of these resources. We're going to assign 15 workers to harvest this steel wreckage over here, because, as I say, our first mission is to establish the operation, whatever the heck that means. We're also going to see if we can try and build some, just regular old tents. We're going to want to get some food provision. We're going to want to get some medical outposts. We're going to want to get some gathering posts. All of these things we will talk about as we go. The first thing to mention is that a tent is like the lowest, most basic form of housing. Everything cascades out from the center of our, I guess, like a base, our outpost. Yeah, the center of our outpost is sort of where it's at. And so we're going to want to build a decent number of tents over here, but I don't really want to build too many. Let's build that many. Cool. So that's 3. We're out of wood now. We're going to need to collect some more wood over here. We've got plenty of workers at this moment in time, so I wouldn't really worry too much about the number of workers that we have. We're going to want to build pathways to everywhere. That is something that we're going to need to consider, and we will speed up time once we get going. Yeah, excellent. So this is a little overlay of our workers. We've got 20 idle workers at this moment in time and 15 idle engineers. So engineers are the people that you have to run sort of more qualified operations. You know, degrees of skills, etc. But we don't really need any engineers to do anything at this moment in time. We'll probably want to get a cookhouse up and running as soon as we possibly can. And I think that's about it. A workshop as well, so that we can start making some progress on tech. That does seem important. Now, as I've already highlighted, there are some differences between playing as an outpost and playing as, you know, the main capital city. We're going to have to send some resources back to New London, but we also do not need to worry about our food. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that that New London will be supplying us with food, which is kind of nice to consider. Right, let's stick it into 2 times speed. There's nothing really that I'm overly bothered about happening at this moment in time. We just need to make sure that all of the resources are being hauled out of the steel wreckage. That is what's important. Efficiency is at 100%, which is excellent. Efficiency is 100% pretty much everywhere apart from these ruins over here, and that's because we ain't got enough workers to shift the ruins, or to shift the wood from the ruins over there. That is totally fine. Okay, let's set up a cookhouse in the first instance. Let's set it up over here. Excellent. What the heck is this? I don't actually know what this is. This structure is just there, I guess, to occupy space more so than anything else. But yeah, no, the playthrough that I did of the campaign on Twitch was, I mean, incredibly nail-biting, and as I've already said, is like, it's one of the best story-driven management games that I've played ever, actually. Get in touch with New London. Now we need to rebuild the transport depot so that we can get supplies shipped from New London before food runs out. To get in touch with them, an outpost administration will be necessary. Cool. So that's something else that's worth mentioning. This DLC also adds a bunch of extra new buildings. Presume a whole bunch of buildings that you can build as an outpost. Clear the road to the warehouse. We're on it. Build an outpost administration. Where the heck would that be? It's in people. Excellent. Cool. All right. We'll address this in just a second, but let me build the outpost administration right now. There's a couple of areas that are highlighted on the map. We'll talk a little bit about that as we go. But for now, I guess we'll just build this somewhere in here. I've already built some tents in this area, so you know it's not ideal, but we have to keep it within the central ring. Anyway, from time to time, you will get events that sort of pop up. A housing problem, and this is basically the populace getting grumpy at me, their leader. I'll provide some shelter. Okay, so basically I need to make a political commitment to house my people. I won't address this right now. Discontent will rise, and hope may fall. Well, discontent will rise, but hope probably won't fall. You'll have 2 days to provide shelter for 35 people. I'll provide shelter for everyone. I will provide shelter for everyone. That's a priority for me. So, discontent at the moment is very, very low. Hope at the moment is middling. If hope falls too low, or if discontent gets too high, you'll have, well, either a revolution or just an abandoning of the outpost, and people will just walk off into the night. So, you know, it's about balancing resources, this game, right? The most important resource that you have to balance is heat. Heat is just the most important resource to balance. And at the moment, the cookhouse is looking good. The cookhouse is looking good. It's not built quite yet, but that's fine. The tents are in livable conditions. Now, that is because the tent comes with a basic level of insulation, as you can see up in the top left-hand corner. Literally right here, +1 building insulation. Now, of course, we are going to see a temperature drop tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the morning, at 3:30 in the morning, which is worrying. So when that happens, we're going to hit -30 degrees Celsius, and this tent will no longer be livable. It will be chilly, just like everything else. The way that we can improve that is heat the tent through other means or increase the insulation. It's literally that simple. And so, yeah, we basically just need to balance almost everything keep everything in constant harmony, and make sure that we don't end up going into deficit of any resource. Okay, rebuild the transport depot. Is this the transport depot? I have a funny feeling that this may be the transport depot. Transport depot, we need what? 45 wood? We need 45 wood in order to be able to do this. That's fine. We're still moving the steel wreckage around a little bit. The wood ruins. Cool. All right, so we basically need to wait until tomorrow before we're able to do anything. What I will do, though, is I will actually keep that maxed there. Keep that maxed over there. Move some engineers out of here. And move engineers into the cookhouse. Because we're going to need to start providing food for our people. And we also need to provide tents because I've made that commitment. Provide shelter for everyone. That's what we're after. Okay, cool. Let's head through to the evening. We also want to make sure that we get a workshop up and running. Workshop's a little bit inconvenient to build. We're going to have to build it in... We'll build it in here. The reason that we need a workshop, the reason that I say that we need a workshop is because tech is super duper duper important. And as we go, we'll see exactly why it is so important. Right. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, temperature drop. Shift starts, 7 o'clock in the morning. Great stuff. Okay, we got 3 people that are sick, which is honestly a good reminder to build a medical post. We have, like, what, 10... We can actually reduce the number of workers that are extracting steel from this steel wreckage, as there's only, like, 10 bits of steel that remain to be harvested. Let's throw a couple more people into collection of wood at the wooden ruins. That's pretty darn good. The cookhouse is going to be going gangbusters, but I don't think that we actually need that many people. We don't need as many people as I've actually assigned to it. We're trying to optimize for wood collection at this moment in time. The technology tree has just been unlocked, which is great. Really, really, really important. And I think that we've got a brand new technology tree with relation to Frostpunk, so it's kind of a little bit different. Beacon, resources, all of this stuff is brand new. Anyway, let's chat about heating, because it's a good time to chat about heating, given that we're about to face a temperature drop. How do we do research, and what do we want to get? Well, first of all, let's go into the technology tree and have a little look. Now, this would allow us to burn coal and raise the temperature around a certain area. It's going to cost 10 steel to build one of these things. A small heated zone uses 3 coal per hour. We don't actually have any system which depletes coal at this moment in time. We don't have a central generator with which to rely on. Faster gathering. People will gather coal faster, steel faster, wood faster. I mean, that's a good thing to do. It's going to take 7 hours at 100% research rate to do. So that's a little bit yikesy from my perspective. The coal thumper as well allows us to extract coal from the ground. Sawmill allows us to extract wood from the ground as well. Let's get the faster gathering. I feel like we can end up doing some good stuff if we're able to get faster gathering. We'll reduce the number of people that are working at the wooden ruins, and we will make sure that we build the workshop, or we fill the workshop with people. Research goal not set. I think I did set a research goal. There we go. Start. Excellent. Okay. Get to work on that one, please. Excellent. Let's see if we can communicate with New London. Can we communicate? No, we cannot communicate. We cannot communicate quite yet. I presume that is entirely because we have yet to rebuild the transport depot. Yeah. Okay, let's unpause and let's go into 2 times speed. Let's see what the heck happens here. Faster gathering would be really, really great if we could get that done as quickly as we possibly can. Waiting for orders from New London. Yeah, maybe we just need to wait for orders. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Right. So, the steel wreckage is about to be cleared. After that steel wreckage has been cleared, we should be able to utilize the army warehouse. Again, not really entirely sure what this thing is going to do. Waiting for orders from New London. Not adjacent to a street. That's okay. Let's build a street. Streets are pretty darn important, actually, because they allow people to move around slightly more speedily. It's always nice to do that. Could not resume production, requires raw food. Honestly, that's okay. So what we've done is we've turned our raw food into meals, which is excellent. I think we can now just remove everyone that works in the cookhouse and throw them into the wooden ruins. Yeah, let's do that. Now, this might seem like a crazy thing to do, you know, all of these little optimizations that I'm trying to make, but I really flippin' am trying hard to optimize as much as I possibly can. Again, that is because I have played through the campaign. I know exactly how challenging the campaign was, and I want to make sure that we give ourselves as big of a chance of success here as physically possible. Right, so medical tent. Medical tent is good. We got a couple of people that are sick. As you can see down here, we got 3 people that are sick. That number is no doubt going to increase as we get colder. Let's also get some additional tents. Not adjacent to streets. Don't even worry about it. That's 3 more tents there. Okay, we're out of wood. That is a lot of wood to invest. Okay, we can't build any streets because again we're out of wood. A lot of wood to invest in tents there. But I've made a commitment to my people. I've made a commitment to my people that I will house them, and so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thankfully, everyone is well fed, which is great. Thankfully, everyone is well fed. Still can't communicate. Still no sign of communication. That's okay. I'm almost certain that we're going to need to rebuild the transport depot before we're able to do that. Okay. So let's save up and get this done. We need 45 wood in order to make it work. I don't think anyone else can do anything here. Do we need to do... This workforce will extract steel. It extracts steel from the army warehouse. I mean, look, I don't actually need steel at this moment in time. Why don't I see if I can just throw a couple more people into extracting wood from the wood ruins here? Because the wood ruins, as it turns out, are pretty important bits of tech. Right. Throw it into double time. It's free time. The shift ends at 6 o'clock in the evening. That's fine. Right. We've got, what, a day left? A day left to provide housing for everyone else. I'd also love to get the transport depot done at some point here. The research is almost done. That's going to allow us to gather resources slightly faster, which is great. Very, very happy with that. How many more wood crates have we got to gather? Wood crates, 17 more bits of wood to extract there. As you can see, the working hours, the hours that people are going to work on this project from 8 o'clock in the morning right until 6 o'clock in the evening. Not a very long work day. Not a very long work day. Given the circumstances. I.e., you know, given that we're on the precipice of freezing our bahukis off. Right, well, I do have a medical post established, which is great. I should probably try and assign a couple of doctors or people who could doctor. Let's assign 5. Let's assign 5 people there. Discontent is it's growing a little bit. It's growing a little bit. 4 people are being treated, which is excellent. That's really, really good. Very, very happy with that. Recovery time about a day, about 23 hours. Okay. So we're going to occupy 5 of our engineers, and people are going to get healed up. A little bit irritated that I couldn't get more shelters completed over the course of today. Also, we're a little bit low on food rations, but don't worry too much about that. Don't worry too much about that at all. Right, temperature drop is incoming. Let's skip forward until it happens. There we go. Okay, temperature is now going to decrease to negative 30 degrees Celsius. If we have a little look here, you can see, yeah, tents are now essential. They really, really, really are essential. Let's, in the first instance, get a street set up here. I know it's going to cost us 8 wood, but it's frankly very, very important that we get people's tents set up as quickly as we possibly can. 11 wood, yeah, we'll do that. I want to make sure that we get tents. It's very, very important that we get tents set up. The good thing is we've got the research just about finishing up here, which is grand. Brilliant. So faster gathering. Gathering from coal piles, wood crates, and steel wreckage has now increased by 15%. Excellent. Very, very happy with that, to be honest. Very, very, very happy with that. That means that we can throw our research points into something else. Heaters. I don't know. I don't really feel like I need anything altogether too much at this moment in time. Sawmills would be good. Let's get sawmills. So, we chatted a little bit earlier about how there are certain spots around the map that are shelter promise fulfilled. Excellent. Brilliant. Hope rises. Discontent does actually decrease, which is great. Very, very happy with that. So, that's shelter for absolutely everyone, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's not too bad. If we have a little look at the economy screen very, very briefly. Housing conditions. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. 5 vacant beds. That's it. Every home is chilly at this moment in time, but there is not much that we can do about that at this moment in time. We are saving for the transport depot. That is what we need to save for. Like, we do not have any options except that. Okay, wood crates have been depleted. That's fine. Let's... Oh, we could create another scout team. We do want to create a scout team. That is something that we absolutely want to do. Let's throw as many people into the wooden ruins as we possibly can. It is still the resource that we need the most. The humble tree. All right. Speaking of the humble tree, I think that is enough to get the transport depot rebuilt. Aha! So this is the transport depot. I knew it was something. I knew it was something. Let's get that built. It looks expansive. It looks extensive. It looks cool, to be honest. Right, what do we got? The sawmill has been researched. Now, let me see. Is it possible for us to actually build the sawmill? There are a couple of different places that we can build the sawmill. This is for coal collection. This is for tree collection. You know what? Let's build that over there. Sure. Let's do it. Let's also get started on some more research. We'll get started on that. So we will actually start drawing down on our coal supplies, which does strike me as slightly problematic, but we can address that later. How are we doing for food? I mean, I'm a little bit iffy on the old food, but I'm hoping, very, very much hoping, that New London is going to come to my aid when it comes to food. What do we got? New London. We have to talk. Open communication screen. Okay. Good day, Outpost 11. Well done with progress so far. We'll send you the first food shipment soon. Now that the operation is established, we await for the first batch of steel from your outpost. In the meantime, we're dispatching a group of clerks to run the outpost administration. Your children will arrive with them. They are surely eager to rejoin you. Excellent. The role of your outpost will be explained. We have some problems. Can you help us? What is our task again? Your task is to explore the warehouse and retrieve as much steel as possible. We expect at least one shipment every few days. We will be sending food every day. We better get to work then. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Never mind. Farewell. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got some people arriving in a couple of hours, and we're also waiting for food. Our children are not supposed to join us, certainly not so soon. It won't make things any easier for us. It's too late to turn them back. At least New London promised to also send food our way. Hopefully they'll keep to schedule. Hopefully they will keep to schedule. If we're not able to get food, then we're gonna be in some trouble. We're gonna be in some real big trouble. Right. Well, let's continue. Let's start extracting steel. I guess this is the thing. We're able to extract an unlimited amount of steel from this warehouse. And I guess that is gonna be the interesting element. How are we going to balance steel extraction to pay our dues to New London at the same time as making sure that we don't starve? Gather 100 steel, send 100 steel to New London. Yeah, so we're gonna have to make difficult decisions. We're gonna have to make difficult decisions. Certainly in terms of what is that? That was the sawmill. Yeah, so we'll get the maximum number of workers into the sawmill at some point as well. Cookhouse. Yeah, look, people are gonna go hungry. People are definitely gonna go hungry. And I don't think that we have no way of actually collecting food as an outpost here. We are entirely reliant on New London here, which is absolutely terrifying. We can get a scout team, which is something that I desperately want to do. I'm gonna see if I can destroy this steel ruin in the first instance, and then we're gonna throw everyone into the army warehouse. The good news is that we've got a temperature rise coming soon. There are a lot of people that are quite severely sick, probably because I haven't done any temperature research, or not enough temperature research, I should say. We will see, round about quarter of the way, 9 o'clock in the morning, we'll see a temperature rise. On day 5, so that's good. We got a day to wait though. Okay, what's going on here? Our children have arrived. The clerks sent by New London to run the outpost administration are here. They brought our children with them. Many of our people are really upset because it looks like our kids were neglected. They haven't enough warm clothes, and some of them caught a cold on the way. Oh no! So it's gonna be one of these. It's gonna be one of these situations, isn't it? Okay, food from New London is arriving in 6 hours. Thank flippin' goodness. I've got to be careful not to upset New London because they control the levers to my life. You know? There's a saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You have to be careful. 19 people are sick. Nobody's really like super duper sick. Let's finish up some research and let's get some heat. Let's also look forward to that temperature rise as well. As soon as we hit 40 wood, by the way, as soon as we hit 40 woods, we should probably get a scout team. At least 5 citizens must be available. Honestly, that's okay. I'm going to reduce the number of people working there and we'll create a scout team. The reason that scout teams are so darn important is because I would very, very much like to start exploring myself. Remnants of the building. Yeah, we're going to just expand or just explore as much as we possibly can. It does mean that we've got fewer people to actually work on issues around the town, but frankly, that is a reality that we're going to have to face. Let's just throw as many people into collecting ruins as we possibly can. There we go. We've also got the sawmill, which is working. That's extracting a lot of wood per hour from these trees over here. We got a secondary tree source that we can also draw down upon. Looking forward to doing that. More steel ruins over here as well. Do we want to get any more workers in the army warehouse? Not really. Not really at this moment in time. Not really at this moment in time at all. Right, food is arriving real soon. Food is arriving real soon. And when food arrives, brilliant, food has arrived. We're actually going to take this opportunity to reduce the number of people working there and throw everyone into the cookhouse that we can, so that we can turn raw food into food rations, which is excellent. Right, let's see if we can try. Let's see if we can try and build one of these things. Yeah, creates a heated zone, which is nice, but it uses 3 coal per hour, which is kind of worrying me, to be honest. We don't actually have anywhere near enough coal to maintain more than like one of these things. So we'll build like one. It costs a little bit of steel, but that's about it. What do we got? A trove of steam cores. Sir, we have great news. The warehouse contains an unknown but very large number of steam cores. We immediately sent the news to New London and await instructions. In the meantime, we might try to build at least some of them, or haul some of them to the surface. This will require stopping steel extraction for some time. Let me think it over. I mean, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. I am fine with that. That is absolutely a-okay. Workforce will extract steam cores. How long and how many workers do we need to actually extract the steam core? Nobody is unemployed at this moment in time, which is slightly problematic. What's going on? I heard an event pop there. There we go. New London. Heard of the cache of steam cores? This is a very timely discovery. These devices are critically important for the security of our city. Please send a couple of steam cores with each steel shipment from now on. To help ensure timely deliveries, you are hereby ordered or authorized to use emergency shifts. If you encounter any obstacles to your progress, then let us know. Excellent. Emergency shifts edict. This will allow us to make people work longer and harder, which is great. Speaking of, we need to do some more research. What research do we want to do? A coal thumper? Coal thumper would be very, very good. Wooden supports. Raise the efficiency in the army warehouse. Yeah, actually, that's not bad. Hand carts. That's not bad either. Let's get the hand carts. Actually, the army warehouse is pretty important. Pretty important for us. Gather 2 steam cores and 100 steel as well. Okay. Well, as soon as people are freed up, we're gonna move them into the army warehouse. That seems like a good thing to do. We've got wood ruins depleted. That's excellent. Let's throw as many people as we possibly can into the army warehouse. What's going on? No roof over our heads. I'll provide some shelter. I'll provide shelter for everyone. I can and I will provide shelter for absolutely everyone. Are we burning coal now, by the way? We are absolutely burning coal. If we have a little look at our temperature overlay, you can see that we've got like a couple of tents that are in a livable condition. Most importantly, the medical tent is in a livable condition. We don't want people just going to the medical tent to supposedly get better and then actually their condition gets worse. That would be a disaster, frankly. That would be a disaster. Cool. All right, so that cost us a little bit of wood, but at the end of the day, we'll make sure that everyone has got a home. There's a lot of sick people. Nobody's gravely sick yet, which is grand. Thank goodness, eh? Temperature is about to improve dramatically, which is great. Shelter promise fulfilled. Hope rises. Excellent. You know? It's always good to get an early advantage if we can, I think. Let's take people out of the cookhouse and instead stick them into, I don't know, the army warehouse. That seems entirely reasonable. Yeah, it's always good to see if we can try and get an early advantage. Certainly helps to get hope up as early as possible. Okay, so the scouts have reached where they need to get to. What have we got? Let's explore the area. Let's see what we've got going on. We would love to eat here. Sites discovered, forgotten fisheries, Nansen's Stormwatch, take resources, excellent. And to be honest, do I need food? I do need food, but we've got food that's coming en route. Let's send the scout out. Now the good news is that we can actually just get our scout to just ping pong around the area and find a whole bunch of useful stuff. Speaking of useful stuff and good news, we have got a temperature rise coming very, very shortly indeed. Oh, it's so good to see. So good to see. Now, the reason that I'm not more worried about, you know, the fact that we're at minus 20 degrees Celsius, which under normal circumstances is insanely cold. Well, I say insanely cold. It's all relative, isn't it? It's pretty insanely cold. Pretty insanely cold. However, you know, things get worse. Things get much, 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 much worse. And so if you're not careful, then, you know, the mindset gets the better of you. Okay, we're going to turn this off right now. There we go. Turn this off because everything is livable anyway. It was comfortable. It was comfortable with the brazier. Is that how you say it? I don't even know. I've been avoiding it up until now. You could probably tell. That's turned off. That's turned off. We don't need to spend coal on anything. We've only got 15 coal. What do we got coming in? We got 40 food coming in per day, which is fair. We do need each and every bit of that food that's coming in. Okay. Yeah, we're literally just waiting for the steam cores to be extracted. Steam cores, by the way, are like advanced bits of tech that allow us to do some pretty gnarly stuff. Although I don't suspect that I'll be doing the gnarly stuff. It'll be London that's doing the gnarly stuff. I need to get my next bit of tech. Also, I should get another warehouse. Another warehouse? What am I talking about? Another workshop, if I can, so that we can do tech research a little bit faster. The more tech we can get, the better. We're about to finish up with the steel ruins over here. That's fine. Funny thing is, I don't know what sort of time frame I should be looking to deliver these resources to London. You know? There we go. Hand carts researched. Excellent. Let's double down and see if we can try and get some more research. A coal thumper. Coal thumper is going to be necessary. As soon as it gets cold next time, I'm going to want to make sure that we've got an appropriate amount of coal that we can burn around town at these brazier places. Cool. Yeah, I do want to see if we can try and satisfy the demand from New London. Okay. Let's see if we can try and throw 5 engineers into the research area. The research workshop thing. It's worth noting, by the way, that workshops are... They don't stack additively. So each additional workshop that we end up getting will be slightly less effective. But I don't know if it's that bad. i.e. we can probably get like 4 and still be okay. A coal thumper actually I think works anywhere. It doesn't actually work in this patch over here. Build a coal mine. Yeah, so it needs to be a coal mine that goes here. A coal thumper can actually extract from underground coal deposits, which is quite good. How much does that cost? Coal thumper only takes 15 wood. That's actually a pretty good deal. And we're also going to get a gathering post, and we're going to get the gathering post right in here. The reason for that will become clear in just a second. Basically, the coal thumper. Do I want to do 24-hour shifts? I think I do, actually. Let's do a 24-hour shift, an emergency shift at the army warehouse. We still need to get ourselves a second steam core. Like, even with 20 workers working away, we're still not able to get that quickly enough. Wind supports. Let's go for wind supports. Excellent. We've still got like another day before the temperature plummets. What's going on? More sick beds needed. I'll open a new medical post. I promise the sick will be treated. You'll have 3 days to admit 1/3 of the sick. I will build a new medical post. Honestly, that's super easy to do. We've got the tech, so let's just do it. Build it up there. Not adjacent to the street. That's fine. The good news is that we're actually fine in terms of wood, which is really, really good. Yep, we got steel ruins, which still needs to be extracted. We're waiting for our second steam core, and then we are going to immediately swap over and start working on steel extraction, because steel extraction is what New London needs. We've already got the 2 steam cores. That's totally fine. Okay. Yeah, we're also going to need to throw a couple of people into the cookhouse. There we go. All right, the scout has reached where he needs to be. Nansen Stormwatch. Excellent. Nansen Stormwatch survived the storm and rises proudly over the snow. There are survivors here. Escort the survivors to our outpost. Or what do we want to do? Scouts will set off towards our outpost and bring the survivors with them quickly and safely. Survivors will set off towards our outpost on their own. It will take longer and some of them may die, or decide later. Decide their fate later, actually. Decide their fate later, because that's not necessarily something that we need to deal with right now. Let's send the scout to there, and then we'll head back to here. Then we might head back to Nansen Stormwatch and see if we can pick up the additional workers. I would love additional workers, actually. Maybe I should prioritize them over everything else, because it's difficult to get a hold of workers, you know? We need more bodies to do a whole bunch of stuff around here. Right, a medical post. That's up and running. The gathering post, yeah. Well, the good news is that we've got a couple of things that are expiring soon. The steel ruins will be done by the end of the day tomorrow. The wood crates will also be sorted. The sawmill, that's working at full pelt, so that's good too. I suspect, highly, that we'll be ready to send off our shipment to New London by the morning, basically. Let me see. Do I need engineers? I need engineers over here. Where are my engineers working right now? I've got 15 engineers, and they're all working in... They're all already working in medical care. Healthcare promise fulfilled. Hope rises. Excellent. Okay, throw both engineers in there. We're at 50% efficiency at both huts, so that's not ideal. I don't actually know if we're able to treat 5 patients. Okay, it seems like we're able to treat 5 patients, but it's only at a reduced level of efficiency. 1 employee delivers 50%. Oh. Okay, I guess one employee delivers 50% then. That's cool. Right, well, we're almost done with steel. Okay. Hope rises and discontent falls. Totally fine. Hey, first shipment is ready. Let's rock and roll. Let's dispatch it. Okay. Good stuff. And that is now outgoing. And we can see that up here. Looking very, very good. It's going along the same route. That's fine. All right, what do we got going on here? New London. We acknowledge the dispatch of your first shipment. Those steam cores mean a lot to our people. We're pleased to let you know we plan to send your food shipments every day. Just keep the steam cores and steel coming. If the supplies you provide are deemed insufficient, we'll have to think of some consequences. And remember, if you run into problems, let us know. Okay, never mind. Farewell. We do not have any problems. We do not have any problems whatsoever. We are actually completely fine under the current circumstances. The ire rises. The news that New London is pleased to tell us that they'll keep sending the food they owe us spread among our people, causing a lot of resentment and anxiety and vague consequences they threaten us with. We shall fail to please them. Shall we fail to please them? Further fan the flames of outrage. All everyone is talking about is how we should use the steam cores to help us first, since we found them and have no generator, unlike the folks in New London. That's very true, actually. That's very true. And that's a big temperature drop that's going to happen in the middle of day 10, so that's something that we need to consider. Either way, the good news is that we're going to start the shift today, which is grand. Happy with that. Get a move on. There is work to do. Indeed, there is. There is definitely work to do. We got a coal thumper. We got a gathering post, both of which pretty darn important given the circumstances. I've already highlighted that. I suspect that we're going to end up going our own way from New London. Scouts have reached the Windy Beach. Good. We need to get these scouts back. Fool's Gold. This is just depression reaching all the way to the Bare Rock. One of the more striking testaments to the power of nature's forces unleashed in the passage of the Great Storm. Sites discovered Tesla City, Shattered Dreadnought. Now, funnily enough, I've actually visited both of these places in the main campaign, so I kind of know what to expect here. Tesla City, I think we can get steam cores at. How long did it say it was going to take to arrive? 17 hours to arrive. Okay, let's just continue to explore. Let's continue to explore, shall we? I think that's the right thing to do, all things considered. Okay, the steel ruins are very, very close to being done here. What do we got going on? We got less food. Sir, workers unloading the last shipment of food from New London noticed that it's quite a bit smaller than usual. The news is, of course, already all over the outpost, causing much anxiety and anger among our people. Let's hope it's just a mistake. Can I challenge them on it? Can I challenge them on it? We have some problems. We need more people. Their favor is going to be exhausted. Okay, here's the thing. What do they think of me at this moment in time? Can I have a little look? I mean, I don't really want to end up upsetting them. Favor is high. I feel like we should try and degrade that from time to time, right? Like, now, I've got to bear in mind that there will probably be other outposts. We can't spare anyone at the moment, but we have an idea that can help you. New law will be passed. New London's favor will be exhausted. Okay, what the heck does that mean? What the heck does that mean? A settlement's favor? Yeah. Okay. It is just what they think of me, which is totally fine. Okay, good news is that we're fine for steel. We're making good progress on the steel front. Happy with that. Edict on the employment of children. Child labor law is imposed by New London. Oh, flippin' heck. Flippin' heck. All right, well, that's fine, I guess. Kids should be learning, not working. I would say that probably aligns fairly accurately with my own view there. I guess we can just throw them into the gathering post. Sure. That sounds entirely reasonable. Go for it. Go for it. No issues there whatsoever. Okay, 30 raw food is what we're going to get. That's irritating. Okay, wooden supports we can now build here. Costs 50 wood. Workers will secure a section of the warehouse with wooden supports to be able to work faster and more efficiently. I mean, look, I'd like to do that, actually. And given that I've got, like, a crazy high amount of wood, we should be able to do that fairly regularly, actually. But that's okay. Now, we could unlock the next level of tech, and I think I probably do. Heaters in workplaces. I mean, we've got to look out for that, but I think in the first instance, let's unlock the first level of tech. So that's going to allow us to research even more bits and bobs, which is kind of fun. I can't believe New London's favor is now low with me. That's pretty lame, and given all they did is impose child labor on my people, which I'm not sure my people are happy about, to be honest. We're sorry to inform you that due to the circumstances beyond our control, your food supply will be reduced until further notice. We assure you that shipments will return to a agreed size as soon as possible. Understood, but, like, I'm really unhappy about it. Like, unbelievably unhappy about it. The good news is, though, is that I do actually have plenty of food. I have to rely on my scout, though. I have to rely on my scout to try and I need to rely on my scout to hopefully bring home some food. Right. I mean, look, I think we find our redemption through technology. Our redemption and our salvation through technology, to be honest with you. I think that's what we need to do. Right. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop everyone working here. That frees up 8 people. I'm gonna set a couple of people to work in the coal thumper. So the coal thumper is gonna work, and that's gonna produce a little pile of coal, like right out the back here, I believe. The gathering post is within range of that, so we're gonna have the kids fetching the coal, and therefore hopefully giving us a decent supply of coal just before the temperature dramatically drops. Dramatically drops, yes. Okay, 10% efficiency, 5.6 coal per hour. And at the moment, they're gathering wood at 6.2 per hour. So that's actually just about even, to be honest. It still leaves us with 5 additional people that we can throw around. Where do we want to throw the additional people? Okay, 1 person. Oh, you just about got to the... You just about got to there. Okay, throw one child there to pick up from the steel ruins. Coal pile. It's 500 coal right there, by the way. 500 coal, but it is a little bit further. It's a little bit further away. Also, I need to swap back to steam core production. Yeah, it would be good if we could get that done before the end of the day today. Shipment reached New London. Excellent. Does that improve their favor? I really hope that it does. I really, really, really have to hope that it does. Okay, day 7. We've got that. We've got that temperature drop coming a quarter of the way through day 7. What's more worrying is that we've got a big temperature drop coming on day 10. We've got a temperature rise on day 9, and we've got a temperature rise coming on day 11. I think honestly we're pretty prepared. I think that we are prepared. One of our people died. Lack of treatment. That is a concern. That is a concern. That's a big old concern. And truth be told, not something that I want to see happen ever again. So you know what? We're gonna throw down. Yeah. Throw down a bit more road over there. Yeah. That's an embarrassment. That is an embarrassment. And if it just takes 1 worker to give us 50% efficiency in any health place, then that's what we're gonna do. 2 of our people died. Ooh, that's not good. Again, if our engineers are dying, then we're in a problematic situation. Right, explore Tesla City. Search the place for resources. Yes. Absolutely. We had to try. We got lucky. We survived and found some valuable resources. 45 food, 58 wood, 49 steel. Excellent. I think we also discovered the Shattered Dreadnought. Let's go to the Shattered Dreadnought, and then it's going to take a day. A day and 2 hours. That's a little bit longer than I anticipated. Then we're going to go back to Nansen Stormwatch. Then we're going to come back to the outpost. Okay. Hey, food from New London is coming in 8 hours. Brilliant. Again, we can't anger them too much. Otherwise, we will feel the wrath. We'll feel the wrath of New London. Now, we may... Okay, 10 people are gravely sick. We may get to a situation where people are starting to die. Okay. Wrap up well. The frost is indeed here. Okay, we're going to get ready to turn this on. And in fact, I think we're going to turn it on right now. So that's going to make the buildings around here heat up a little bit, which is grand. Very, very happy with that. I'm not happy the fact we've lost like 6 people. Right, pause. Reduce that. Throw that in there. Excellent. And throw that in there. Okay, so the level of efficiency is not good. It's not good. 33% efficiency. I don't like it. However, it does mean that we can actually treat people, as many people as we need to. The level of treatment that they're going to get is poor. I'm not going to dispute that. The level of treatment that they will get is lower than I would like to offer them. But it is what it is. I'm also going to throw this down here. so that we can actually get another heat source whilst the temperature is in such a poor place. Right. Move back over to Steam Core. Let's get maximum number of workers in there. Let's use the wooden supports. We can now research tier 1 tech, which is excellent. One of our people died. Again, that's really, really bad. Really, really, really bad. More scouts, honestly, very important to get more scouts. Heaters, nothing that we can do in the heating tech tree with the new brand new tech. Resource depot upgrade, coal mining, yeah, sawmill upgrade, mixed crews. Mixed crews would be good. Any upgrades to the army storage area would be great. Heal the sick 10% faster. The bunkhouse, which is an upgraded dwelling. Look, let's go with more scouts in the first instance. Scouts are really seriously underrated, and if we can get on top of that situation, that would be really, really, really excellent. I tell you what, we can actually get the children to work in the cookhouse. That's pretty exceptional. I mean, it's not, but it is what it is, right? I really wish that I had more engineers to spare here. Yeah, that would be good. Right, throw, I guess, everyone else back into the coal thumper. That's fine. Okay, we're out of coal. I know we're out of coal. And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it at all. There we go. We're getting coal. We're getting coal now, which is good. 33 coal per hour is being dumped into the back pile over here. And coal should be able to be delivered. Yeah, which is great. Do I want to get steam cores? I do want to get steam cores. I'm only getting 0.2 an hour, so it's going to take me at least 5 hours to get another shipment off to New London. But that's fine. Hey, more scouts have been researched. Brilliant. Now, this is a bit of a concern, because we need at least 5 citizens available. Now, can I afford to free up 5 citizens here? To be honest, I feel like I absolutely can. Let's do that. And we will send another scout south. Yeah, that seems reasonable, to be honest. Again, we're prioritizing scouting missions. Scouting missions, very, very important. They can really exponentially help our resources. Okay, medical post upgrade, I think, is probably what's in order next. We are in a very, very poor place when it comes to actually healing people. So the sooner that we can sort that out, the better, as far as I'm concerned. We've got one person that's free. It's a child. Sure. I have no idea how a child is supposed to get all the way out over here, but that is what it is. Yeah, it's just more people that we need. More people that we need, that's really all that we're after. How did we not manage to get that second steam core? That's irritating. That is irritating. Okay, well, it's fine. Are we in a situation? Why do we not have any patience? Is it because the people that we're working are now sick? We're out of coal. That's also not exactly ideal. I think that we can survive, though. We've got 20 patients. One of our people died. We've got 6 people that are gravely injured. Why are we not able to... we're still waiting for workers? Where are the workers? Where are the workers here? Like, it says that we've got a single worker. Who is the worker that is... You're staying home? No. You don't get to stay home. That's not good. Lucy Scott, you're staying. Why? No. Okay, well, we're gonna lose more people then. We're definitely gonna lose more people. Hope is gonna deplete. Happiness is gonna degrade. Discontent falls for some obscene reason. Loads of people are dying for some weird reason. People are complaining about dead bodies lying in the street. Yeah. We need to dispose of the dead bodies. We need to tend to the gravely ill. We need more wood. We need more coal. We need to tend to the gravely ill. We think we have a law that will help solve the problem. Oh no. Healthcare Improvement Edict. Radical treatment law is imposed by New London. The gravely ill will be treated in medical posts despite the risk of them being left as amputees. Oh, flippin' heck. Flippin' heck. Even with all our advances in medicine, we have to resort to this. Ain't that the truth? Okay. Now, scouts, you're at the Shadow Dreadnought. Explore this. Take the resources. Excellent. Then we head to Nansen's Stormwatch, and then we're going to head home with the additional workers to help refill all of our lost souls. Yeah, we lost a lot of bodies. Scouts have reached the collapsed building as well. Excellent. It's just wood here. We've discovered the stone wall, and we're also going to take a couple of resources with us. Excellent. Do we want to head up to the stone wall? I think we do. 17 hours to arrive there, stone wall, and then back over to Frozen Den. Sure. Let's do that. That seems entirely reasonable. Honestly, that second scout is majorly good. Very, very happy with that. We're still running with a couple of buildings in a good state of repair, actually. Yeah, pretty happy with that, to be honest. Given that it is the buildings that really matter. There we go. Let's get that dispatched. So New London, you better like me again, New London. We got 30 food coming in. Yeah, we got 30 food coming in a day, which is great. And then New London is going to be getting their shipment shortly after that. Medical post research upgraded. Medical post upgrade researched, which is grand. We're going to go into technology. Bunkhouses. Bunkhouses would be good. Bunkhouses would be really, really good. Sawmill upgrades, mixed crews. Honestly, mixed crews would be really, really good if we could get that. The problem is that we do not have enough steel for that, which is a massive pain in the backside. Oops. Yeah, we don't have enough steel for anything, really. I guess we can do heaters, since that's the only bit of tech that doesn't require steel by the looks of it. Looks like all of the second tier... Looks like all of the second tier levels require steel. Okay, a little bit of an intermediate bit of research there. But that's fine. Okay. Food rations... That's okay. Are we able to turn this food into... in treatment? Oh, all of the children are in treatment. Ugh. That's a bit of a yikes. Inoperative. No gatherable resources in range. Oh, that's good news, actually. Well, I say it's good news. It's not good news that we've run out of coal over here, or run out of wood over here, but it's fine. Dismantle the building. Excellent. We will reassemble the building in a second. However, I feel like maybe we want to see if we can grab some wood crates in the first instance or something. Maybe not. No, you know what? Maybe we just want to throw more workers into here. Take that up to 5. Sure. Get this completely cleaned up. And then maybe we just assign more to the gathering post. We can't. We're actually already working on the gathering post. To be honest, it's just coal extraction that we need. Coal extraction is really, really key at this moment in time. We'll finish this up. Excellent, and we'll get across the line. Yeah, sorting out our sick people is a priority. Sorting out our heat is also a priority. Believe it or not, in this game, it's pretty important that we don't end up becoming super cold. The army warehouse is cold, which is a concern to me as well. The reason that it's a concern is that people are only likely to get... Oh, look, 18 people are being treated at this moment in time. That's pretty good. People only get sick either at home or at work. That's it, pretty much. Well, they also walking between those places, but you know, you get the picture. Either way, as long as we ensure that their workplace is hot and their home is hot, then we will be totally fine. Or we should be totally fine. Right, what do we got going on? New London. We have bad news for you. The rules governing your shipment have changed. From now on, food supplies will be sent only after you dispatch a shipment of steel and steam cores our way. We regret the necessity of taking... Wow, okay. I mean, understood, but very irritated. Also, why the heck... It's just that my package hasn't arrived at the base yet. That's the problem. My package hasn't arrived at New London. That's the issue, video game. That's the issue. I'm not happy about it, though. Not at all. Right, what's this? We must act. Our people are angry and anxious about the food situation. A group of experienced explorers is here to talk to you about a solution. By cutting our food supply, New London has shown that we can't rely on them, but we need to have another source of food. Fortunately, our scouts reported sign of recent human presence to the south. Send them to investigate. This might be our lucky break. I agree. I agree. Find a stable source of food on Frostland. On Frostland? Frozen Den? Okay, fine. Alright, the good news is that we got a temperature increase coming. Very, very soon. Scout has arrived at Nansen's watch. Let's explore that. Let's escort. Let's escort the survivors to the outpost. That's grand too. Yeah, I'm upset about New London here. This is bad. I mean, what are we? 9 days in and it's already gone south? Our relationship, that is. Explore this. Take resources. Excellent. Let's go to the Frozen Den. It's going to take 23 hours, but that's totally fine. So we've explored all that there is to explore out here. And I don't know if I can actually send my my scouts back to New London. That would certainly be a curiosity. All right, the temperature increase is going to be real nice. But we got to be prepped. We got to be prepped for some big temperature drops. Yeah, we need to routinely see if we can stockpile more coal than this. It's just unacceptable. An unburied corpse. I see. People are falling ill. That's not exactly ideal. Part of the problem is that we just do not have any engineers, and nobody's working in the tents, or at least we don't have enough people working in the tents to treat people. However, the good news is that we're able to treat people much quicker than we used to be able to. That is quite nice. Are we able to collect from this steel ruin here? Alright. We're back up to 20 degrees Celsius. Brilliant to see. Right, so everything is livable, even without these torch things on, which is grand. Right, now get back to work and see what the situation is over here. Right, I don't like the fact that we're working at, like, reduced efficiencies. 10 sick absences. Yeah, so for example, this is really, really bad. And what we're going to wait to see is we're going to get a heater. Yeah, heater tech, heater research. Excellent. Now, can I institute a heater bit of heat in this area here, please? Because that's going to stop people from getting sick, and if people ain't sick, then that's good. All right, increase that. Let's also have a little look to see what the research that we want to do is. A charcoal kiln uses heat to turn wood into coal, basically. Coal mining allows us to build coal mines. Honestly, no, not a big deal. Mixed crews is probably the best thing for us, given the circumstances. The bunkhouse is also pretty good. In fact, bunkhouse is probably a priority. So let's do that. Nice. Okay, we got 3 people that are not employed, and it's 1 worker and a couple of children. Right. Reduce that. Working. Yeah, the irritating thing is that I can't throw any workers into the medical post, because that would be my ideal solution to this problem. Yeah, how are we doing temperature-wise? Everything is chilly. The administration is chilly, but the administration doesn't actually have anyone working in it, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least it doesn't say that there's anyone working in it. I guess we just want to focus on, like, I mean, these wood crates are about to be emptied over there. There's a coal pile. There's a coal deposit. I guess we just work on collecting from this coal pile for now. Sure. I don't love it, but I don't exactly hate it either. The other thing that we'll need to consider is, you know, once we get the bunkhouse tech upgraded, wood crates depleted. Which wood crates? Oh, it was this wood crates that was being collected from the gathering post. Once we've got the bunkhouse researched, we should probably try and upgrade every single tent to a bunkhouse. I don't know what resources that's going to take, though. We'll have to see. Child injured at work. Sure. Give this kid a day off. Excellent. Hope rises. Hope's important to maintain. Right. The army warehouse is Looking good. It's livable. It's a livable temperature. Right, as soon as we grab ourselves a second... Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that! Scout Unit number 1 is returned to the city. 22 workers, 9 engineers, 45 food rations, 106 wood, and 90 steel. That is excellent. That is really, really good. Okay, so immediately what we're going to do is we're going to throw as many people into the medical posts as we possibly can. Maybe we should distribute them slightly more evenly. There we go. So that's 3 workers in every post, except for this one, which has got 4. You know what? Screw it. 4, 4, 3, 3. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Happy with that. We're going to need a couple of additional tents, I think, aren't we? But that's fine. The bunkhouse has been researched. This is good. Unburied dead. People are complaining about dead bodies lying in the streets. Let's do it. Sure. We need to dispose of the dead bodies. We looked at the problem, and we think we have a law that can help you. Of course, because your laws have been... Snow pits laws imposed by New London. Okay, fine. Well, we'll have to place a snow pit, and then we also have to do some research as well. First of all, let's choose some research to do. Is it perhaps an idea to go for the level 2 tech research? I don't really think that we need that quite yet. Mixed crews is... It's really something that I do want to go after. Cookhouse insulation, healthcare insulation. Honestly, healthcare insulation would be insanely good. Same with the infirmary. Lighter scout sleds. You know what? Let's go for that. Let's go for the level 2 tech. Let's go for level 2 tech. The scouts are waiting to get sent out. We're going to send them to Forgotten Fishery in the first instance. Let's do that because we've already got the South Scout going to the Frozen Den. So that's fine. We've got loads of steel. Well, comparatively loads of steel. As soon as everyone is back in town, we should be able to, you know, manage all of these healthcare facilities at the same time, which is very, very important. The fact that bunkhouses have now been researched is really good. Now, I need to go to here. I need to go into people. Bunkhouses require 10 steel a pop. You know what? This is going to be great. Okay, so that is going to be a huge, 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 huge number of bunkhouses right there. Okay, we also need to get, I think it's in people. Yeah, snow pit. Doesn't actually cost us anything. Let's see if we can try and get a snow pit over here. A snow pit to bury the corpses. Loads of people are homeless at this moment in time. That's just a temporary setback, mostly due to the fact that we're just waiting for the bunkhouses to get built. And that should be done very, very shortly indeed. It would actually be really good if we could get everyone... If we could get everyone's house upgraded to a bunkhouse before this big deep freeze here. Yeah. Okay, snow pit established. Yep, excellent. That's fine. Have we got a secondary steam core yet? We have not. Okay, I'm going to institute wooden supports here. I should have instituted wooden supports before they all moved out of there, but... That's fine. Before they all came home. 6 people are hungry. That should not be the case. We should have nobody that's hungry. That's irritating. Okay, Frozen Den. What do we got going on over here? A large grotto in the darkness. Filling it, we find lots of animals and possibly human bones. Alright, let's explore. No country for living beings. Sites discovered a crumbling hut and a natural terrace. I mean, look, there's no reason to stop here. We'll just continue to explore, see what the situation is. Okay, 24 hours. 24 hours. We're working hard on extracting resources from the ground here. Thankfully, it looks like nobody's starving. Somebody died. Death of overwork. We must make sacrifices to survive. I'm not gonna end the shift. No siree. We need to work hard. We need to work hard. We need to extract that second steam core. Yeah, okay. We've got that second steam core now, which is good. London still hates me. The reason, by the way, that I've thrown as many people into here as possible is because we are desperate, desperate, I tell you. Desperate, desperate, desperate for some more steel. Because I want to get some more bunkhouses upgraded before things become dicey. and they're going to become dicey in a second. Sure. Look, it's pretty horrible. Pretty horrible what we're doing here. So we've got to make some judgments. Okay, we're going to see temperature drop to minus 40 degrees Celsius, which is going to take even the bunkhouses down to chilly. Okay, we need to get the healthcare posts upgraded. Fine. It's only a day that we have to survive at this level. So, you know, that's good. We don't need to worry about this being chilly. Yeah. Okay. Gathering post. Okay, this is fine. If I take that off, no, I need to keep that on. Yeah. Keep that on. Make sure that we're able to maintain at least a level of heat. Even if it does sacrifice some of our coal, it's still a worthwhile thing to do. This is now cold. Or at least it's cold in the army camp. Not happy about it. Not happy about that at all. Very, very cold over here. Okay, we're gonna stop extracting resources from over there. I don't think that that's wise to do. I think we just want to throw more people into... Max that out too. Yeah, the gathering post. Let's just double down on coal extraction. Double down on coal extraction. That seems like a very, very wise thing to do, given the current circumstances. I believe that we could actually technically sustain another gathering post. The gathering post is able to gather at the rate of 21 coal per hour, and this coal thumper outputs at 56 coal per hour. We've got 20 people that are currently free, so why don't we throw in another gathering post? We need a little bit more wood in order to get us across the line there. Yeah. I wonder if we need to get ourselves a sawmill here. I think we do need to get ourselves a sawmill here. Yeah. I think we need to get ourselves a sawmill. I also don't know... Are we going to be able to build that until we've got 5 trees or whatever? Give that a shot. Street is under construction. Cool. Alright, coal is in a good place. Coal's in a good place. We do seem to be treating people reasonably quickly, which is good. Happy with that. What's going on here? New London. Is there a problem? You haven't dispatched the scheduled steel and steam cores yet. To help with fulfilling your duties, we grant you the right to introduce extended shifts. Understood. I know. I'm working on it. I'm trying my best. Extended shift law is imposed. Okay, so now we can introduce even longer shifts, 14-hour shifts, as opposed to a measly, what is it, 12? No, 10? I don't even know how much it is. Okay, anyway, tier 2 tech, that's great to have. Lighter scout sleds, cool. Factories, very, very nice, because they allow us to actually use steam cores. That's not what I'm really going for, though. I'm going for the healthcare insulation tech, which is actually probably the most important thing that I could get right now. Right, throw as many workers into there as possible. The path is almost done here. It's not being built over there. Scouts have reached the natural terrace. Explore that. What do we got? Place with a view. Nothing to do here. There's a secluded valley up here, or there's a crumbling hut. Recently repaired and inhabited. Okay, let's go to the secluded valley, then we're going to go to the crumbling hut over there. Fine. We need to do some more research, but we do not have this. Oh, I can see. We can do different shifts. That's fine. Okay. Well, let's get a secondary shift over here. Let's heat the sawmill. Shipment is ready to dispatch to London. Let's go. We need more food. We need it desperately. So we're going to dispatch that right now to London. Inoperative. going home, staying home, resting. Are we not able to build this? Are we not able to build this road and get it to work? Scouts have reached the Forgotten Fishery. Okay, I'm going to take the resources. We've got the observatory ruins. I think I might actually straight up send people back home because I'm a little bit worried that we're going to... No, we shouldn't. We should press on. I'm a little bit worried that we need more wood, but you see, the thing is, short-term versus long-term ambition here. I need more wood to be able to build this road to here. I think I need to build like a road up and around the corner of this outpost. So I need 5 wood basically. In order to get 5 wood, I need to harvest some more wood crates. Okay, emergency shift. Let's do it. We need an emergency shift in here. People are going to get sick. People are definitely going to get sick by going to this pile of snow over here. Or pile of crates through the snow. But it's not something that we can really help. Okay. Temperature thaw. Excellent. Discontent is going to drop. Let's throw that up there. Okay. Scouts have reached the secluded valley. Great. Honestly, the fact that we've got... Ooh, hot springs and 16 wood. Nice. What is this? Hot springs. Let's go. Scout unit number 3. Why is it scout unit number 3 as opposed to scout unit number 1? Whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. Give me that there. And then as soon as we have one last bit of woods... we can use that to build a last bit of path over here. Excellent. Okay, because at the moment, we're not doing any research. We're not doing anything with the sawmill, irritatingly. Yeah, that's a big old pain in the backside. Right, 121 steel. That's decent. Very, very decent, to say the least. Do I need to keep these buildings heated? I don't actually need to keep these buildings heated. I'm going to keep these two torches on. Seems like an intelligent thing to do. But I don't necessarily have to keep them on. Right, get the path built over here. Oh, come on. Hurry up. Women in despair. Make an exception and bury him. We did what we have to do. Look. There's no exceptions. Okay, great. The sawmill is working. That's real good. It's livable. It's livably hot, which is great. It means that people aren't going to get sick. That's going to be a good sustainable 546 wood. I say sustainable. It's not sustainable even slightly because it's a very, very limited stockpile. However, it is what it is, and it's going to get us across the line. Here's hoping. 0 people. 0 people are unemployed, which is grand. Fine with that. We've got 1 amputee. That's not good. We've got 3 people that are hungry. We've got 29. We've got 29 rations. That's totally fine. Okay, good news is that we've got wood coming in, which means that we need to get healthcare insulation. Healthcare insulation is probably my priority. It's going to help us during the next big deep freeze. Again, it's a priority for me to get healthcare insulation. It's 30 wood that we need. I thought it was 20. It's a priority for me to get healthcare insulation because it's always good to do. Can I do an emergency shift in here? Functioning. Yeah, okay. So is that going to allow us to continue to do research? It should, actually. Excellent. Scouts have reached the observatory ruin. Cool. Let's explore. Let's see what they've got. End of science. Well, I'm only there for the resources. So this scout team has got, what? 9 food, 32 wood. That's it? That's actually quite lame. Let's go to Mirror Lake. 1 day and 14 hours to arrive, so quite a lot, but I mean, a worthwhile thing to endure. I'm able to send off some more resources. I would dearly love to send off some more resources. I would love to set a new emergency shift up, but unfortunately, I can't do that. Not quite yet, anyway. Find a stable food source. I'm still trying to find a stable food source. It's taken a little while. Right. I mean, this is not... These wood crates really aren't super important, to be honest. What's at the hot springs? Raw food. Ooh, a gift of life. Amazingly, people live here. And not only do they grow their own food, but they're willing to share it. This enclave of life clinging to a few hot springs was settled after the Great Storm by people from a town which survived with the help of another city. They set up the hot houses here and planted the seeds, as they say, to pass the gift of life. They gave us some food as a gesture of goodwill, and are eager to trade more in exchange for help expanding their settlements. Brilliant! That's very, very good. Form a construction team in the transport depot. Establish a trading depot in the hot springs. How great is that? How flippin' great is that? A small settlement built under the cover of the rocks. Excellent. That is fantastic. Okay, well, you know what? I think we might just want to do that. I do want to head to the crumbling hut, though. 1 hour and 22 hours to arrive. 1 day and 22 hours to arrive, anyway. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. Trade with the hot springs. Yep, don't you get me wrong, Buster. We're going to be doing that. However, we're going to be doing that in the next episode, because I think that is about it for now. 1 hour and 20 minutes ain't too bad for an episode, in my humble opinion. Ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for watching this first episode of Frostpunk. This is, of course, with the On the Edge DLC, which I'm actually loving. It really changes the game up. Very, very different from the original campaign. Honestly, one of the greatest strategy games of all time, in my humble opinion. Frostpunk. You really can't beat it. Anyway, folks, as ever, thanks to the fantastic Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/showbutterpotato. Also, thanks to Banana Nanana and C Senpai for being the two $25+ plus tier patrons. Thanks very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.